These Avli infantry are so weak. They're basically free kills. Nice, 21 strength, so I was able to get 7 power strike and power draw. Huge upgrades. Eek. After consulting with the peers of the realm, Duke Winston Borges has decided to confer Sand Flash onto you. I will definitely accept that. That's huge. So I just got a town, and that's really amazing for me because it's going to give me a ton of money each week. And it has a 400 garrison, so I won't have to worry about that. But if I have to pay for these wages, that might be a little bit of a problem. I might have to take troops out of this garrison. I'm not really sure if they're going to make me pay for this yet. Okay, wow. So Sewida Castle is bringing me in 1,000 a week. Kurindi 300. And I'm getting 9k a week from Sandflash, so that's absolutely huge. I am still going to take the garrison down a little bit and use those troops in battle. But this is great. I'm so much stronger now that I have access to this money. Fort Riverside, I will accept this. So I'm just getting more and more properties. Feels great. Wow, guys, this is a bit of a mess. So I think one of our lords that owned a lot of property was indicted for treason, and they defected to Deja. So now Deja has a ton of our properties. So that is really annoying. Like, wow. And people are just constantly being indicted for treason at this stage of the game. I want to strike off on my own and start my own kingdom, but if I do, then the glitch with the game crashes will just start happening again, so I can't do that. I have to play as a vassal. I'm going to leave the towns with tons of troops in them to my faction to conquer, and I'm just going to go after the castles that have a lot less in the garrison. Our king is starting to give himself a lot of properties, and I am 100% okay with that because at least he won't defect and take properties away from us. So I think we're moving in the right direction overall. I've tried hunting down the last remaining lords of Arathia several times, but they're really hard to find. And even if I do get some of them, more people will just join them. So it's been over a year and they're still not disbanded with no property, so really annoying. Switching to cavalry is really making a huge difference. 70 to 300. Very nice. So we're going to be able to take out King Tralosk here. And yeah, now that I'm starting to use cavalry, I really think I can be a force for my faction. What's going on? Tatalia was really weak before we started fighting them, but we managed to push them back even further. But we weren't able to finish them off. Their lords were beating my lords, even though I was doing most of the work. My faction actually seems really weak right now compared to when we were fighting Bricata, so that's not good. But I'm hoping that things will turn around. We are 1,200 days in right now. The map has definitely filled up a lot with these events, and I think it's only going to get worse over time. Man, I love how strong my character is compared to the troops I fight. That's definitely a huge plus in this mod. You feel like a walking hero. And you can make a huge impact in the fights. We're getting manhandled by Deja. They have 9 rows of vassals, and we only have 3 rows of vassals. And they're just up in our land, raiding us. And yeah, guys, I don't know, like, should I switch to Deja? I probably shouldn't, since I already have so much land with Kulad. Especially that town, which is really helping me. So I guess for now, I'll just continue on with Kulad. I just have to try to weather the storm. But if Deja really starts destroying us, then I might have to betray my faction. And man, these hilly maps are not good for cavalry. Although actually we don't seem to be doing too poorly even with these hills. You know what? Never mind. I want to join Deja. I might even be able to bring my fiefs over with me. I don't want to betray my faction, but this just seems like the best move to make if I want to unify the land as a vassal. My only fear is that just like how my faction was really strong and became weak, if I join Deja, they might become weak later. But my hope is that by joining Deja, I'll be able to eliminate at least one other faction. So this totally does seem like my best option. Let's see what we can do. So it doesn't seem like I can ask to join him. Maybe that's because we're at war. So I might actually have to just wait until we're not at war with each other. I could just leave my faction and then join his, but I would lose my properties if I did that, which wouldn't be too terrible because I would just have to do more of these events to get money instead of just getting it automatically every week from payments. But it's not that big of a deal because I usually just AFK anyway while my guys do the events. But let's see if I can join him after the war is over. Okay, you can't really defect as a player, but there is a way around this. Basically, you can't defect and take your properties with you. But if I conquer a castle and ask that it's given to me, and my king denies me, then I can select an option to defect and take all my properties with me to start a kingdom. And then once I do that, I can pledge myself to another faction. And that way I'll be able to bring my properties over with me. So let's do that with Silverwing Castle. Okay, let's request that Silverwing Castle is awarded to me. So if he actually awards it to me, then I'll just do this again and I'll have an extra castle when I defect. And I think that I will have to defend this castle until he makes his decision. So hopefully that will be soon. Yikes, I'm getting sieged by King Phineas and I can't really fight this off either. Pretty unfortunate, really. This is actually pretty hard because it takes a really long time for them to assign the castles. It might have been easier if I would have just sabotaged. Oh, it looks like he's going to give me Corona Castle. Okay. This is actually really annoying because it took such a long time for him to actually give the castle to me. And I don't really want to wait that long again. So I think I'm actually just going to sabotage my own faction. We are at war with Deja right now, the faction I want to join. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to all of my properties and I'm going to take out every troop from the garrison. And hopefully they'll take all of my lands. Let's start with Sewada Castle. Okay, things have not been going good. Deja truced us before I could sabotage my fiefs. And I've been waiting for us to declare war on them again, but it just hasn't happened. And Deja has gotten weaker, so I've missed my golden opportunity to join them while they were really strong. And on top of that, I actually was withered down a little bit. Tatalia took Sewada Castle from me, and the Awful took another castle from me. So now I only have 2 walled fiefs. So it's not even worth it to go to the effort to bring the fiefs over with me. Let's find Duke Winston Baracus and be free of our oath to him. Let's get released from our oath. And we lost relationship with him. So if we want to join Krulod in the future, we'll have to do quests for him so that he'll like us again. Wow, King Phineas Philmar has tons of properties. This is actually pretty insane. He owns everything, which is pretty good in my opinion because he will not defect. That, along with his renown, must be why he is able to field such large armies. I'm not really sure how important it is, how many honorable lords are in each faction, but I noticed that Avali and Deja both had a decent amount of honorable lords, and both of those factions are doing really well for themselves right now. Nice, let's go. Okay, I feel a lot more motivated now that I joined a good faction. I'm hoping that we'll be able to eliminate some factions. Yo, this is crazy, guys. Now after I left Krulod, they have 7 rows of lords, and Deja only has 4 rows of lords. Like, what the fuck? And I lost all my properties. I think I seriously just made a huge mistake. I think that when my faction got weak, I should have just waited a while for them to get stronger. I'm beginning to think that factions go through cycles where they're strong and weak, and I left my faction at the worst possible time. Right now, I am pretty boned, but I think that if I do wait a while, Deja might get stronger again, so this is really difficult. It'd be much easier to beat the game as a monarch